This is Warframe Grind Video. Guys, this is the Slinger, and this is another Warframe Grind video. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the Baza Prime. Alright. Somebody requested a Baza Prime video. And the way that I use the Baza Prime is generally I play on its strengths, okay? So, the Baza Prime for a round star chart is a pretty good weapon. When you get into Steel Path, it gets a little bit harder to use it. So I have several builds and two different Rivens for this weapon. But generally I use it in spy missions because it's innately quiet, which is a good thing for spy missions with the Ivira. Let's go over the fairly straight shooter. There we go, 44. Not too bad, you know what I mean? That's pretty good. So, let's see here. Yeah. It's a good shot. One of my friends called it the reload simulator, which is true because it does reload a lot. But the reload's not too long, so there's different ways you can look at it with the Baza Prime. If you put like speed shots on it and stuff like that, you're going to be reloading all the time to make it a powerful weapon. But you don't have to do that. There's options. So I'm not going to like make a video where I'm going to go into mod and do a survival with this because this is not the weapon for that. It is the weapon for spy missions. I might show some clips afterwards of me doing a spy mission with the Baza Prime because it works fine for that and in Steel Path. So, yeah. And around Star Chart, like I said, it's a great weapon. You can build it with different elements, not a problem, like corrosive or viral. You could even do a viral heat. I didn't do all that. What I did do, though, because of the request, I actually updated my builds a little bit. And I made non-Riven builds, too. For people that don't have Rivens that are starting out, I know it's not easy. And a Riven build is basically me just gloating on how good my gun is because I got a good Riven for it. And then I built around the Riven. So when you get a Riven, build around the Riven. Roll it until it's got decent stats, then build around it. Let's say that right. Okay, so for the Baza Prime, generally I use Vigilante supplies. Because I don't have too much of a problem with ammo, but you will run out of ammo. But this 15% chance to increase critical hits, pretty nice. So that's why I choose that instead of ammo mutation. Another thing too, you can do deadhead, but the changes as of right now when I'm making this video, you do get bonuses for headshots regardless. So another thing is that on a lot of my builds here, I have Hunter's Munitions, which works really well with this gun. The problem is Hunter Munitions doesn't proc with primary deadhead if you're killing through the slash from Hunter Munitions, but primary Merciless does. So that's why I would choose primary Merciless over deadhead for this gun. Just so that's out there why I would choose that. Not that I think primary Merciless is end all be all, but in this case, you're probably going to want, even though you're going to hit all headshots, all right, with these builds, you're going to aim for headshots. That's where the strength lies, and that's where you get your crits. And that's because of like Argon scope, right? So on headshot, 135 crit chance when aiming for 9 seconds. And then bladed rounds, crit damage, 120. Same thing. Since you're using one, why not use both? Right? And hammer shot, obviously just for the crit damage. Don't care about the status. Vital sense, critical damage. Multi-shot, always a good thing. Multi-shot, always a good thing. And we already spoke about that. And then critical chance. So I've got 70 and then an 8.4 multiplier right here. This is a no riven run and gun, so you can use it generally through the star chart with every faction. All right. So there you go. Now, I did say it's innately tox, but it doesn't, it's not, maybe I'm wrong, because I don't see tox in here. But when I do a corrosive build, let me see, what am I doing? Ah, that's it. Okay, so no, it's not innately tox. I just missed this on this other build. All right, so it's not innately tox. Let me correct that. Probably got 18 comments from my 18 people that have seen this video already. All right, so playing on strengths, I'm going to load up. This is a run and gun, so it doesn't matter what I load up. At 190 unpaused. I do have my Panzervobophyla on to proc viral. And I'm going to start aiming, actually. There we go. Get the crits up. I want to get my first kill so I can proc Merciless. And their AI in here on purposely runs in front of you so you can't proc. But just go around it. There you go. Starting to get some now. Now I'm going to spread around, let the hunter munitions start to kill. There we go. All right, now I'm going to load up some grenadiers. I'm going to just spread fire out so that the hunter munitions works. There we go. Keeping it aimed. And everybody's dead. Now, I did have some multipliers when I went into that against the Grenier from my last round. And that's why I was able to proc easier. Now we'll do some infesteds. Let's see here. Clear. You can see that I have procs left over, so I'm getting the red crits going. There we go. I think that's everybody. I'll do some Corpus. There we go. And the reason it really doesn't matter is it's just a straight up crit build. So, and a heavy crit build when you aim. Alright. So let's go talk about other builds here, but we'll screen up this one so that anyone can screenshot it and come back to this video as they need it. Now we're going to talk about a faction build. We just did a video on how to build factions. So this one here basically is going to be so simple compared to other ones. Just switch out your Bane mod. Now if you don't have Prime Bane, just use a normal Bane mod. Okay, like so. Let me type in Bane. Right, so here's the Bane mods. Like you would use Bane of Corrupted, which I don't even have one. Odd. I must have sold it. But anyways, so you'd use like Bane of Grenier for Grenier, Bane of Corpus for Corpus. Well, I never use these because I'm always using the primed. But if you don't have the primed ones, use the normal Bane one. Okay? Until you can get a prime one. Seriously, get a prime one. Level it up 55%. This is like base damage. It's a big deal. So it goes in before everything else. One of the best things you can do is put faction-based mods on your stuff. All right, so let's try this out with Corrupted. Clear that. Get some Corruptos. Oh my God, my controller's starting to drift, folks. This is pissing me off. It's a DualSense, and it's only like maybe 2 months old. So, yeah, that's not good. What the heck am I looking for? Oracle. Yeah, there we go. All right. And that's all of them. Alright, so that one's pretty simple. Just switch out the Bane mod for whatever faction you're doing. Alright. Now we're going to go into a Riven. This one has heat on it, critical chance, and fire rate. So this one will be a reload simulator. This is Bane of Corrupted, so we'll go with the corrupteds, but you just switch this out to whatever faction you're using with 100 munitions on it. So we'll see how this works. There we go. Everybody's dead. Here is my core, which is corrupted corrosive. Alright, so it's got high voltage and toxin, basically electricity and toxin. Alright, beta corrupted with a different ribbon. So this one is critical damage, status, duration, and then minus reload speed with damage. So we'll see how this one works. A lot of spy missions are Grineer. So you would just change out that Bane to Grineer, and you would change out the corrosive to viral, okay, which is cold and toxin. There we go. All right, so this is kind of a basic video. Nothing groundbreaking. This is more for intermediate players. Nothing high level. I mean, they're 190s, and they're unpaused. But I'm using a Vobophyla, okay? And I'm using my stealthness because this is Ivira and this is a naturally silent weapon. So playing on its strengths, okay? Now, for star chart, anything under Steel Path, these will work just fine. But as you get into Steel Path, probably lean towards just using it for spy missions. But it's up to you. Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't use it on disruptions or survivals. All right. But like spy missions in Steel Path, it's sneaky and you can kill, and it's not like hordes. This is a more single target weapon. It's not AoE. So, but like there's a lot of different other missions you could totally use this for, and it'd be fine probably in Zeramon too. So, all right guys, that's my video. Get out there and grind. Okay guys, I wanted to add another build to this real quick for the Baza Prime. And this is what I'm going to be using actually to go into the spy mission with the Grineer. This is a faction-based build that I made for Grineers. So you might want to screenshot that instead of argon scope, which I was using a few times in some of these builds over here. I actually use galvanized scope, which is for the most part, it's an upgrade, okay, because it does stack, where argon doesn't stack, all right? But it also has to do with, can you fit it? Do you have enough forma and enough points? With my builds, I can fit it. I just figured I couldn't when I was making the video, and then I realized once I got out of there that I could. So you might want to screenshot this. I call it Grenier, but you can basically switch this as well just by switching out the faction mod. Okay? And this is just a run and gun faction. Alright, guys. On with the video.
Each enemy is more powerful than before. Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
On the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would rather destroy their data than let it get into our hands. Start destroying the data. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Won't even know it's gone. focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms.
Okay, welcome to Warframe. That hasn't happened in a couple minutes. Odd.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms. We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.